Welcome to all you fire drill firefighters. Hello to my stalwart regulars. Welcome to our first Friday of the month rally. I'm wearing my rally hat. We are about inspiring action to end the fossil fuel era through storytelling, building community, and the little sass. We all want and we need meaning in our lives. I was just a little older than you when I became an activist, and it gave me purpose. What do you feel your purpose is, and what do you see for yourself in the future?
I do see my purpose as someone that unapologetically says it like it is and hopefully makes the maximum amount of change that I possibly can during my time here on Earth. Because my purpose isn't to bask in the glory of what I've created for myself. It's to use what I've created for myself as a platform to launch way more important messages.
There were many times in my life where, what I was doing didn't seem to make sense, but I kept at it because I believed in justice. So I'm now here for this moment. All the work I did up until now has prepared me to lead the federal government on issues of equity in the energy system. And it wasn't guaranteed that that would be the case, but I kept at it. And now I know why I have struggled for so long to make it to this point, because I was born for it. And so you were born to do your own unique thing in the world, and you have gifts to give. So keep at it and just believe that there is a greater purpose for you on this earth.
Women and girls are in the leadership of the climate movement. I know it with Fire Drill Fridays. 2/3 of our audience, this was true both in DC and now online, are female. We take the brunt of the climate crisis, and we're on the front lines of the solution.
And so what we're focused on is making sure that Black folks understand what's happening to them. We're also focusing in on how we connect with our Indigenous brothers and sisters, our Latino brothers and sisters, to say, if the brown folk get together on this and stand up for the value and the soul of this nation, we can win this thing. And it's not just about shaming. It's about coming up with creative and new ideas that are rooted in the traditions that have survived. And that are the traditions of Africa, the traditions of Turtle Island, and that's what we need to be uplifting. This is about us building power. Power from a love place, not from fear. Power from love, yeah.
Such a win-win. God, I love how you articulated, Colette. Thank you.
All of us should do what we can in our daily lives, but we should recognize that the fossil fuel industry's fixation on individual action is a distraction from the really big changes that we have to make.
What these big oil and gas companies have been doing for years, they refuse to put people over profits, and so we have to do that.
The oil industry is on this precipice, and it is really up to the actions of people listening to decide what is that fate ultimately going to be.
We have to move and have really a systems change about how we source our energy.
This is the time that you can be so creative with green innovation, green economy, that we can look and we can truly make a difference, and you can be the change we are waiting for.
The science is pretty clear. If we don't act, we're going to leave a planet that is not as sustainable or inhabitable for my kids and for their kids.
When something is inherently dangerous, we have an obligation to protect our children from harm.
With this urgent crisis that's in front of us, we have to respond with urgency.
I come from protests, and when we are out there on those streets, I'm on that bullhorn, and I'm often asking people, what do I bring to this movement to move us all closer to justice?
Each of us must look in the mirror and say, if I want the world to change, how must I change myself?
We need you in this for the long haul. This is a marathon.
And people talk about, let's go back to normal.
Yeah, normal was the problem.
Oh, Jane, can I just use one word for profanity here?
Yeah, sure.
Let's not go back to the effed up way it was.
We didn't get here by just accident. It's been very intentional for a very long time, because the people who are on the front lines oftentimes of regeneration and sustainability that aren't necessarily using that language, but are just the proper stewards of the land, have been Black and Indigenous people.
And so there is a racial justice aspect of the need to defeat climate change.
If you believe in something, speak up. That is, to me, being supportive and being a good ally. Speak up and speak out.
We need all of you to join us in this struggle and support Black, Brown, Indigenous networks and organizations. But we ask that you show up in a good way, with good heart and good action. Be truthful, be vulnerable, and be joyful.
If we want to choose this vision of a multiracial, inclusive democracy, we have to fight like hell for it.
That is why it is so important that we recognize the power that we have.
But it's going to take boldness, and it's going to take some bravery and courage.
Don't ever let anyone dim your light, and don't let anyone try to quiet your voice.
You were born for this moment. There's a reason why you're here.